Alright, I'm not gonna go over the CT setups, but I'm gonna go over like nades we can throw. This is like all the stuff we can throw. I'll go over T side first, just so everyone has these nades. The Molotov for short, you just run against this wall, look above this, right, like that. You can either do it for stops or do it while running. They give you different ones. You can also line up here on this side, and you look about like the height above that dot, and basically like in between that dot and the white part, over like this, and just tap, run, throw it. This one's gonna spread more than normal, like the other ones you throw. That's also a good one you can do if you want to do it more stable. Um, Other stuff you can throw from this spot. You can also smoke bathrooms fast. There's two different ways you can do it. One, you just come up to the front of this pole and look at this shadow right here, the gap, and you jump throw. This will smoke off bathrooms from T-spawn really fast. Boom. If you want to smoke off divider fast from here, this is one we might use. You just come in this corner right here, and I do a view model lineup, so I see my pin. I put my pin like about like in the middle and touch that right there. And this guy you can use it lineup, so be like basically the right side of this, up to here, a little bit more to the right. So almost basically on like the right side of this, on that shadow up to the top. So it's like this, and I jump throw. This will go and smoke off divider. You can do it from T-spawn, so you can throw that fast if you want to take bathroom control. Other stuff that you can throw before we go, off of B, I'll show you all the B stuff you can throw. So you can smoke off, if you come to the back of this pillar and you look at the top and the left click throw, that'll smoke off mid-sight. One I like to throw this better is you just jump up on top and you look at the white mirror or light on top. That one lands a little bit better and a little bit deeper, so it doesn't hang out as much. Another spot you can throw from T-spawn, if you come in this corner right here, and you look right here where the light pole kind of like slants down to the more elongated part. If you look at it where it connects right there, and you jump throw like so, what this is going to do is smoke off like the right side of sight fast. So this is a good one if you want that we could do, if you wanted to go hit B fast, so we could throw that, come up short, and what it allows us to do is just come up short and then basically be able to focus on anyone water without having to worry about barrel, pillar, or water. Other stuff that you can do back here, the sight for short, you just come in here on the pallet, look up from this part of the barrier up to the light, the first wire, left click throw, that'll smoke off short. You can go flash through it. Aim in the middle here and get in this corner and jump throw like so. This is the one that's going to land on short if you want to push short. So you see where it lands on that. So if you want to push short, you can do that. The graffiti ones you can do from T-spawn. We have the one on the T, and you look at the bottom of this bottom of the metal part of the railway. You jump through that. That'll smoke off the left side like so. If you come down over here and you look at where the shadow touches the wall, and then you look at this white line and just left click, look at the top of it and left click, that'll smoke off the right side, like so. You can smoke off heaven from T-spawn, which all you have to do is just cover up this part of the wall, like so. It doesn't have to be perfect. You look at where the top of this wood piece would be if you went over to the top part of this one. And you look up and you just hold W, run until your crosser hits the middle of this right here, that wood panel, and you jump through it. That'll smoke off heaven perfectly. If you're from Monster, you can do a couple Molotovs. Like you can Molotov that. If you want to Molotov more towards barrel, not barrel, sorry, water, you can do it from here as well. You just throw it like that. Molotov's water. You have the barrels Molotov like I showed earlier. You can also smoke mid-sight from here. If you stay crouched and you look at that corner over here, I think, right? I look usually about right here, like this. So at that pole, that smokes off that right side of the site. If you want to do that too, it allows you to come up and kind of blast off this angle. But if you want to smoke off sight, all you have to do is just come here like this, and I usually aim at that light right there and walk through it, not hitting the roof. So it's like this. Doesn't have to be thrown super hard. That's just going to bounce off and land on sight. You usually don't walk through it that hard, so it's more just like a little standing still smoke, and you throw it. If you throw it a little more to the left, it lands mid-sight. You get the idea. Other smokes that you can throw. There is one that you can throw from here. I think it's like this, right? Is this it, or is it? It's in front of it. If you come in front of it, and you look up to the top of this and left click throw, I think, right? No, it's more to the right, sorry. So if you stand here in this corner in front of the barrel, and you look in the middle of this and left click throw while standing up, it'll go and hit off this crouch, sorry. So same spot in front, you crouch, look at this, and then left click throw. What this is going to do is going to go over, hit the pillar, and smoke off that entrance. And basically what it does is allows you to come out monster and not have to worry about anything, right? It gives you little things, so when you come out monster you can also get info towards graffiti and keep pushing up, or you could have someone come here, but just know that they can also see you from that spot. If you come to this spot too, and you look in the middle here, up to the top part of this, you can smoke off short, and you can also do it from back here if you come to the black bags. If you aim in the middle of this, up to where your crosshair meets with the candy cane light pole, like this, standing up, and left click throw. That smokes off short as well. Other stuff that you can do from water, you can smoke off heaven from two different places. One here, you come in the corner, look at the top right of that smokes that. You can also do it from down here. Look at the part of the antenna up there. You can smoke off bridge from here too. In water, you come into here and you leave yourself wedged in. Look at the top of this light pole. That'll just go bounce off that and smoke off short. Molotovs you can do, there's a couple. If you come here with the heaven smoke, you can molly off right here. So you look on the left side of the R, in the middle of like the left side of the R, up to the top and left click throw. This will go molly off rush. So if anyone's playing rush, they'll get mollied off. You can molly, if you stand up on top, you can throw like this. You can throw a Molotov for water. All you have to do is just aim like about right here, left click throw. That mollies off water. You can also do the nade stacks that I showed earlier in the other vid. You can, if you come in water down here, I think, so this. You can do the bridge smoke from there, and if you want to smoke the deep part of the bridge, I think you can come in this area. No, where is it? Somewhere, I don't remember. I think it might have been lower like I was before, but just on this ledge. I can jump up on top. Holy crap. So I'd be like this, and I come out. If you want to smoke right, you can do it like that, and then you can throw left from back here, just come in the back and throw it like that. It'll smoke off left and right for you. If you want to do an execute where you smoke off the arches, the other one, you'll just have to throw a walk step with this one, so it goes a little bit harder. Should be like this. The other one lands right here, so you have the two smokes. Or you could, if you really want to, all you have to do would probably be just to look up right here and just bounce it off like this. And then you can throw those two arch smokes, the graffiti smokes. Other sort of utility you can throw would be the Molotovs. So one, you come line up on this pole right here, and you look in here in this part, and left throw a Molotov. What that's going to do is bounce off and molly off right side graffiti. Other one, you get yourself wedged in here, and you look like right here, about in the, doesn't really matter in the hedges, it's just about like in this general area. You throw the Molotov, or it has to be more to the left like I had before. Sorry. So like right here, you just aim at this black dot like that. That's going to go off and molly off the left side. With the two Molotovs together, it's kind of like this. And what it just does is just going to push the people so they have to either go forward or fall off and fight. I also sent you a link of the Shrouds video so you can see that. And then the smoke is just kind of, he lines up like this and throws the smoke like that. But from a little bit farther, more like tighter angle, so say about like this. Like that smoke that I just threw. It allows you just to be able to go kind of take two close routes without having to worry about anything. Other stuff you can do on CT side, I'll show you. On T side, we kind of went over everything. Towards up here, I guess you can go over some more stuff. You can smoke off bathrooms from here. You just come in this corner, look over from this part towards like the left side of this orange part of the flower, so like this, and left click throw. You can also do it from the orange flower, and look at the segmented part and the candy cane power, and that'll smoke off bathrooms. Both of those are good smokes. If you want a Molotov divider, all you have to do is just come up on top of the fountain and just tap walk through, looking in between the hedge and that part of the building over there. When you go long, I showed Molotovs, but the Molotovs, all you have to do is just throw one Molotov like this. The smoke that I throw for this one's like this. And what that does is it just goes over and lands on this part, so if there's an opper, he'll have to either push over or fall off, and this is like a good thing if you want to take long. And then you can throw a flash over with that towards deep. That'll flash the opper if he's opping. If you want to smoke off top connector, I'll show you how you can do that as well. If you're here, you just have to walk back until it covers the brown part with the yellow wire stand up. And then there's this part right here, it's kind of a V. You just aim at the first gap that's closest to the bottom of the V and left click throw. That'll smoke off top connector for you. It's a good smoke if you have no connector control and you just want to go out and just push up fast. We could do this as well. Other stuff that you can do, I'll show you the dumpster stuff. This is the bank smoke with the good utility. You just come to this corner, this pillar right here, top right of the A up to the light on that pillar. Just left click throw, Molotov, you just aim at these black dots. Jump throw and the flash, just aim at the front of that dot and jump through the flash. What that does, it shows you is smokes off bank perfectly. Molly's back sight to push them off, and then just flash blind hippie spot, except for ones that hide here or hide behind the truck, and this pop pushes one of them off. And I think it also doesn't hit people that hide behind the truck right here, which is very rare that someone's going to do that. That's like a really good sequence of your nades that you want to do if you want to take the dumpster smoke. The best one I throw is you just come on the right side right here, stand up, and look a little bit to the right of the light, and just left click throw. That's going to give you a really nice deep banks, deep dumpster smoke. For the wall smokes, I'll show those as well, just so you know those. The left side one, you just come up right here on this. Look at the middle of the pillar, middle of the sign, middle of that, just left click through, that'll smoke off the left side. For the Molotov that lands, you just kind of throw it like that. And what that's going to do is just going to land in there. Molotov, anyone's hiding cubby. The mid-sight smoke, there's a couple you can throw. You can throw one from here, one from long. The one you throw from here, you just come to the back part. I usually aim on the right side of the C up until my cross is in the middle of this line in the gap. What that's going to do is give me a good mid-sight smoke, not too deep, not too far, and no gaps, like so. The other one you throw is you come in the back of this right here, and you look in between the shoulder of the woman and the man, and left click throw, and that's going to go smoke off the Optimus. And the good thing about it is it lands behind, so it kind of pushes them off, so they can't really play behind it as easy, and it doesn't land on top, so it's harder for them to push through and kind of like hop in fast. With the wall of smokes, you can also throw that Molotov that I showed earlier with the from that pillar. It's a good thing to do. If you're a CT, also be aware that people can hop up on top of this and get a good view toward bathrooms with the smokes. And you can also boost over this with two people and get a good view towards long / close APC. And they could also boost over the this part of sight right here if they boost over. And you can also use this to jump peek and get info, which is good. Pop flash you can do as CT, so I'll go over CT stuff now. You can, if you're in this position, you can look up, bounce it off the sides, get pop flash there, or do the opposite if you want to flash towards bathrooms. If you're long, there's not really much you can do. I mean, you could probably bounce the flash off of this. Probably not. I don't think that's. Could do it off of this. Nope. That won't get anyone. I mean, if you probably could step out a tiny bit, you could probably bounce it off. Probably won't do anything though. Probably best thing you do if you had the flash here and you got stuck would just be to either bounce it off this pole, like so. or just kind of underhand toss it, which would be you kind of look up at that height up to this kind of like the middle of the pillar and underhand throw it. What that's going to do is just kind of give a little one you can peek with it too, so the flash will peek with it. It's one they'll be able to see, so they'll have to turn from it and then you can peek with it or push in front of it. You could also throw it behind you like so, have it go out and then peek with it, and it'll pop behind you, but they'll have to look away. Other stuff you can do is a CT. You can smoke off the front part in a couple ways. If you come to this pillar, look at this and left click throw. Or if you come to this one right here and look to the top left of this a little bit to the left and throw it, you can smoke off the opening. Sometimes that one you have to just aim at the corner or it'll bounce off, but those are two ways. So I'll show you how to do it from the spot. You just come up to the dumpster, aim to the top left corner like so, and throw it. This one will do the same smoke as I showed another one. It's the same thing. This one's probably not as good as my opinion. The other one you throw towards here is a lot better. You can also throw it from back here, which isn't bad. You just come over and then walk and just jump through when your crosser hits the base of this right here. So I'll throw it where I walk, and you jump through when your crosser hits that on the tree. I don't know why that one missed. I did that one pretty fast, so I'll try to do it a little bit slower. So you just aim over to the top of this. I usually aim in the middle like this. Walk throw until I hit that, and then jump throw. What this is going to do is bounce off that, bounce off the wall, and then smoke off the T-con entrance perfectly. It's a really fast smoke you can throw. CTs, when you're always kind of trying to smoke off this, always bounce it off this area because it'll give you the best bounce. Most even one. You can push up and then boost over if you want. Don't be afraid to throw flashes over, or the fast Molotov that you can do. You just come like this on this lane, aiming at that level, and jump throw when you hit the edge of that. That'll just molly off the opening of T-con if you want to do it from a running and super fast spot, or you could do it from a more stable position if you jump up on the edge of this and then aim right here. And then run and jump throw right before you hit the end of it. This one's kind of finicky. You need to aim like sometimes a little bit higher so you don't hit that pole. I usually aim, I think, about right here. Or that's that lower part, but I aim a little bit higher, so I aim like about at the height of that dot. What that does is it lands deeper in T-con. It's a little bit better one in my opinion, than because the other one kind of lands like right here, so it's not as great. There also is a T-con smoke that you can throw from back here. I forget which one it is, but you can throw, I think if you aim in the middle here and do the same smoke, or even on this and you walk through it to the same point and jump through. I think this one lands inside the T-steps. Close, I need to aim more to the left, but that one does like the same smoke, so I'll show you again. Aiming at this pole up to the height of that. And doing the same jump throw that we did for the other one, the walk and jump throw. This one will go and land inside the T-con. That's a good one you want to do. If you want to smoke off T-con and get T-con control as well on a CT side by, this would probably be better, and doing that and then nade T-con behind the smoke and push up and get that T-con control. Fast B nades you can throw. You can smoke monster fast from here, crouching looking at this bulb and jump throw. You can smoke short from here. If you stand up on that side with the left side throw it, you can also smoke monster from a more walking position. If you don't have a jump throw behind, you come here on the right side of the grate, walk throw, and then release when your crosser hits the bottom of that wire. Both smoke monster. If you're on B side and you want to re-smoke monster, but you're back here, you can look for you can do here. You look at the first two bricks and jump throw, holding the left click while staying crouched. That'll smoke off monster. Just know where to land on the opposite side. If you want to push graffiti or monster, you can come on this pole, look up a little bit to the left of this right here, the top balcony, left click throw. What this will do is it'll bounce and smoke off anyone towards T-spawn, and then you could have one of your guys either be here and throw a pop flash for monster, which you just aim at the top right side of it and left click throw. Or you could do it with the guy that's on site that threw that smoke. After he throws the smoke, all he has to do is just run up here, jump up on top of the corner, doesn't have to be perfect, and then look at the bottom left of the third window and left click throw the flash. Bottom right to the left the third window, sorry. Should be like this. And what flash is going to do is flashing them close or far, looking towards monster, even people that are back here. This is a good flash to do if you want to flash towards connector. If you have people in the connector and you want to flash, you can do that. You just have to step wide, look a little bit above that, and left click throw. That'll go pop inside, varying on different levels of how far you are. It'll land deeper towards here, or vice versa. If you want to throw it better, you can just line it up where you see that third vine, step up a little bit, and then aim at the bottom of it, or like in the middle. A little bit higher. That's not the middle. This is the middle area. And see, as you can tell, this one will land deeper, but it's also really good pop flash. It's hard for them to dodge. You can have 2 in connector wide spin off that flash. Other stuff you can do if you want to push short, a good thing to do is you can molly short and then come up short and then come here to this spot. I usually look about right here, and then left and right click through the flash. And then I come out, and what that does is it's going to pop flash anyone who's inside tunnel. Holding it will get pop flashed, and you can peek off that with the Molotov and get maybe a kill or 2. Other stuff you can do, T side, or CT side, sorry, I showed you the pop flash for monster that you can do from over here if you play rush, bouncing it off the wood. It's a good pop flash to throw. If you're on here, you can do a boost over on CT side and get a good view of anyone who's seeing monsters. It's a good play to do if you have short control and you want to play to get anyone who's pushing monster. T side, if you want to have control towards here, I'll show you the monster, the Molotov for short. You just stand on this elevated platform, look at the third balcony. I see some people also do it from here, I think. They do it from right here and do like the 4th balcony. Either one you can do, it doesn't matter. This one lands, probably spreads a little bit more. Either one's fine. You can also smoke it too if you want. If you stand on the elevated platform and look at the 3rd balcony, you can smoke it. But if you get water control, you could have your opera go up there and then have your guy on short. You're here with an nade. Just throw a nade off the wall like this. That breaks it, but pops high with the smoke of the nade. So your opera still be able to hold it here, and the nade doesn't cloud his judgment or if you throw it down on the ground there. If you're a T and you want to flash out Z, or if you're a CT retaking water, this is a good flash. The 3-1 they can hear, and it's easy for them to dodge. This one, there's this like stain, and this little part that sticks out. You look a little bit above it, and a little bit to the left, and left and right click through it, and it lands like that, and it pops outside. So you can tell if someone's holding anything like towards here, that's a really hard flash to dodge if they're holding this. Or if they're sitting underneath too, as you see it popped right there. If they're holding this angle, it'll also hit them, and it's also a good flash basically for anything that you want to do to get water. And it's good for people that are holding it from short as well, as you can tell. Other stuff you can do CT side. If you want to get water control, you want to molly it out, you can come here, look at the top like this, bounce a molly off that. It'll molly off that cubby completely. Then you can have a guy short. If you want to flash short tunnel for your teammate, you can come in here, stand where these 2 connect, look up to this corner right here, and left click throw. And that's just going to do the pop flash that lands right there, as you can tell. Same thing basically. This one is even harder for them to dodge. You can also just do like nades too off of this if you want. Like if you want to molly, you can just come here, molly off that cubby, molly off that part, and then have one of these guys that are back here maybe throw a flash over for you like that. Doesn't really matter as long as it's high enough and far enough, not like that flash. Other things you do, CT side. Heaven, you can throw the fast pop flash if they want to rush monster. Just tap, walk through, or run throw. Right next to that line, that's going to flash monster. You can, if they're going to rush and you stay upper, you can look to a little bit right of this pole, left click throw. That'll smoke off that, so the guy that's barrels can play around it, and it also gives him a one-way he can use. If you're here and they're execing, you can bounce a flash off site like this that pops over. It's a decent one. Depending on how you throw it, if you stand still like this and throw it, that one's probably better depending on how high you throw it. I mean, you could just kind of like tap walk throw it, or just walk through it like that so it pops higher. The other one you throw, if you run through it, it's easier for them to dodge in my opinion. Or you could just throw a flash off the lane like this and peek with it. Other stuff you can do CT side. Retake smokes, I guess, would be some things I could show. One, you just come in this corner right here, you look at the bottom left of this like here. That'll smoke off long A perfectly. Another one you can do is smoke off bathrooms. This is a couple ways you can do it. You can come in this corner. I usually come on this pole, basically. And I look at the left side of the light, like this, and throw it, and that'll... No, it's more to the left. I usually throw it from the spot, I guess, but all you have to do is just aim the middle of the sun up to that height. Nah, I don't remember that one too much, but that's basically like a ton of CT side smokes and T side smokes you can throw. You can also throw fake side smokes, T side, if you come over here, second generator up to that and left click throw. That'll go smoke off right side sight. Another thing you can do from monsters, 2 smokes you can throw from water. If you come on this side and you look where those two connect basically next to the light and jump throw, you can smoke off dumpster from water. People can't see this, but if you want to be quiet, you can do this as a fake smoke. All you have to do is jump throw, and after you throw it, just crouch and hold D and slide over. It doesn't affect the smoke at all, but makes it so you don't have to leave noise when you drop, when you jump throw. Other smokes you can throw from here is this one. You aim where this part of the roof connects with the bottom part. Jump throw, do the same thing with the crouch and step over with A. This one will go smoke truck off. So we could, if we wanted to, throw like an execute where we have everyone B and throw an A fake and have someone throw this smoke, right, for the right side sight. Another one throw a long smoke for here. Have one come over, throw the Molotov for that, then the other guy can throw a flash out like that. Everyone comes out and push the site, that'll be smoked obviously. You can come out, fight, and take fights, the pole rotates, and then they can come back late and go connector and have one maybe sit along and do like a hard flank. Retake Molotov's T-side, if you stand on the left side of the sign, and you look in the middle of this dot up to here and left click throw, you can throw a Molotov, that'll molly off mid-sight. It's not bad. And those are the fake smokes. Other smokes you can throw, if you want to fake heaven, you can come to this black dot right here on the second step. You aim in the middle of the black dot and then aim in the middle of the light. The part of the black part of the light, sorry, like at the black part. You left click throw, that'll smoke off heaven. You can also smoke short from here. All you have to do is just come up to here, look where these two connect, and left click throw. Or more to the right, sorry, it's other ones. It's where these two connect right here. That'll smoke off water. Short, sorry. You look right here where these two connect. So I usually look about where they would connect right there. It doesn't have to be too perfect. But you just left click throw, standing still. I'm really gonna be a bitch, aren't you? I aim at the top and like that. That'll smoke off short. You can also throw a fake smoke that lands here. You can do this from fountain. I'll show you how to do this one. This is to jump through. You line up on this pole. This is cut. You follow the cut up and find this long string, and you look basically where the leaf is, where it touches the bottom right part of it. Aim here and jump throw. And what it's going to do is going to go bounce off and then smoke off mid-sight. Depending on how you aim it, sometimes you aim lower, it's kind of finicky a little bit. I'll throw it again just to show you if you aim lower, so I'll aim at the bottom of the leaf. Remember, this is a long distance nade, so any sort of small, like little off part will make a big difference, like this one. If I throw it like that, it'll land closer and land better, therefore being a better smoke. We could throw that smoke, have 2 long A, or have maybe not even 1. We could have someone throw this smoke, and then he could go connector. And then we could have the one guy long throw the long smoke, and then have the other guy from B throw this smoke, and have like a full fake. Right? So that's basically it for T-side nades that you'll probably need to know. Other stuff I can show you later if you need to know it, but that's basically it.